Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Monday, January 11th, 2021. This is a Super Organizer Show with James Lott Jr., and I am James Lott Jr., Super Organizer. This is the premiere episode of the year. I always think it's a hiatus, and I come back. I thought I was recording a second ago, and I wasn't. Luckily, I only talked for like 5 minutes. So we're doing this again, take three of this. This is just part and parcel of how 2020 went and how 2021 is going already. I first do my thanks and gratitude because that's what I do all the time. I do live for thanks and gratitude, even through crazy times. My daughter, Monica Alicia, turns 32 today. She is pregnant with my fourth grandchild, a boy, and she's due next month. So happy birthday to you. Thanks and gratitude to anyone who's ever listened to the show. There's a lot of folks I know who download this show and listen to podcast version. So thank you, podcast listeners, listening to my voice. I appreciate that. I have some good stuff coming up this year I'm working on for you. And so please stay tuned. Tell your friends. And I appreciate you very much. And those of you who watch also. I have my books where I sit down. And you can, if you're watching me, you'll see I have my planners. I have books that I work, workbooks and things that I use to organize my life when it comes to my businesses. I have JLJ Media and a Super Organizer, LLC. And trying to organize and put together 2021 during COVID darkness and political chaos is not easy. It's not an easy thing at all. And I'm trying to navigate my way through that. Things that, because we have lockdowns here in Los Angeles, where I'm at, where I live. We have so much going on, and I've just made a vow to still continue some of the goals I want. And, the title of this show, as you can tell, is it still important to organize during these crazy times? Yes, it's still always, you should still organize, declutter, edit, whatever words you use to make your life run as smooth as it can, even during this time period. Last year, a lot of us were at home, mostly at home, and I was busy. I was busy working last year, blessed to be able to do that. When I was able to work, due to COVID restrictions here in Los Angeles, I was busy. People saw how their homes were not working for them, how their garages were just too cluttered, how they wanted to use spaces outside. And they decided to come together for themselves and make the phone call and contact me, and I'm sure many other organizers out there, to get them, themselves in shape, even during this time period. Many of us found ways to be COVID compliant, lots of hand sanitizer, social distancing, mask. We were adapting and finding ways to do this. Has not been easy. Looks like 2021 will be the same, that we know of. I made some major changes towards the end of 2020 in my organizing business. I'm looking at every single thing I do, and I'm reevaluating what I'm going to do next. I turned 52 in a few months, and so my life just is much different than it was 12 years ago. This week, I began a Super Organizer. So it's also my anniversary, of course, this week of that. My life, I was in my 40s. It was a whole different story. Things are different for me now, and I have different priorities. Physical organizing is just a little harder for me. I still do it, but I'm looking at an end game for that at some point. I want to do more being an expert. I have one book out. I have several I'm working on that I want to release this year. I want to do more speaking engagements. So I forgot what that means, because now most conferences are now virtual. Now, mind you, the one major thing that I did do that is probably unpopular, but I'm just trying to figure things out, is I did not renew my membership with NAPO, National Association of Professional Organizers, Productivity Organizing. Sorry. Nothing, no fault of theirs, nothing wrong. I was a member for 6 years. I deeply believe in the association. I actually just sent someone to the association to look it up, a new organizer. And she has now signed up for courses and think about joining. I still talk very highly of it. I just need to reevaluate, uh, am I getting what I need out of the membership? I'm not taking any classes. I'm not trying to be on any boards or anything. I love the people in NAPO, many of which have been on the show. I love all the presidents who have been past presidents and the current president, and ones coming in. I love them personally and professionally. Um, I'm just trying to figure out where, because it costs money to be members of things like this. And I'm trying to allocate my money to what the best use is. And due to COVID, of course, I'm not making as much money as I used to. I'm trying to really pick and choose what is best for me and my company and where my company is going. So this does not mean that I may join again. I may rejoin because I do believe in it, and I like the gravitas it brings, and when you are a member of NAPO. But I am re-looking and rethinking and reshaping everything in my life and taking time. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to make decisions that could be temporary or permanent, doesn't matter. But you have a right to make decisions for yourself as you're organizing your life. Everything in your life should work for you, and everything in your life should have a place in it that works for you. And so that's what I'm doing. But I want to make it very clear, I love many of the folks at NAPO. I still believe in it, and I think people who are part of it um, really use it. Good for them. I think it's really good. Now, some folks may be mad at me for doing it or don't want to talk to me. That's fine. I will survive. Life will go on. But I got to do what's best for me, and we all got to do what's best for ourselves. And that's one thing this pandemic and everything has taught many of us. We have to look inward first before we can have to go outward. But any of those people, I love to death. Many of them, I consider really good friends. So there's that. I dropped out. I was going to be speaking at a conference for them. I dropped out of that. I am repositioning myself in terms of now what I want to do. I want to do more education of my own. I have my own programs that I have. I want to do more speaking engagements online, obviously. I have a series on TikTok. I have a Facebook page, which I did not utilize enough. I will completely admit that. I have a website I have not put together yet. I'm working on that now. I have platforms on every social media platform, and pages for super organizers, where I can show. I want to do more live events and some classes that I have and push my brand. Also, I love all my guests. I've had the best guests over the last 5 years, 6 years, and I will continue to bring you amazing guests in this vast field of organizing. I have a life coaching podcast because I'm a certified life coach, a lot of help. And I also have insurance podcast currently called IIAB Cal Voices, which I work with the Big I of California Insurance. And we have, again, both shows. I bring the best guests. I'm going to continue that. I really want to grow this arm of my kingdom, so to speak, my empire, and grow it bigger and better so it services you out there. These are all things that are people driven for me. That means these are what people need. They need to hear this stuff. And they're looking for information. You're looking for concepts. You're looking for ideas, tangible things to better your life. That's my thing where I did that. That's my printer just made a noise. Do this from home. And I really do want to bring you the best of the best if I can. And so this year I'll be reaching out to even bigger and broader and wider selection of guests. I want the best for all of you. It's tough times, but we have to make it through. We have to have a life of some sort, and that's what I'm really working on is helping us get through this, at least get through it organized, right? I will continue to have game shows on here and panels and hopefully people from Naples still want to talk to me. That'd be great. I still they have a wealth of knowledge, and I'll still promote NAPO. So I mean, it's up to them. I will reach out to some of them this year, and it'll be up to them if they want to come on or not. My show was never sponsored by NAPO. It was not a NAPO podcast. They have a podcast. But NAPO embraced me, and this show. And so we kind of just work together. Now I want to continue that relationship. Um, I have lots of plans. I have lots of plans in the organizing field and the life coaching field that I want to work on, and I hope to bring them all to fruition. I actually have an organizing TV series. Oh, it's well, no, it was a TV series, but now it'll probably be an audio series that I'm working on also, which will be a first. And I'm working on a bunch of stuff. I have some topics, and you out there also, if there's topics you want me to talk about, and if you're a person who wants to talk about them and come on the show, let me know. Comment whenever you see this video or hear it, or DM me or email me at James Harrison Lott, jharrisonlott at gmail.com. Because I want to make sure I cover as much of the diverse things you want to talk about. Everyone has different needs and feelings. One thing somebody was mentioning the other day, which I'll probably go into more depth in another episode, all these shows, all of these organizing shows, like how realistic are they? Are they really helpful? What are, it's all these things. So I'm really working on getting that, talked about, discussed. How realistic are they? How can you apply this stuff into your life? A lot of things. Really a lot of things. Now I have a theme song to the show which I didn't play today because I was a little more serious. But I'll probably return that to the show again, of course. All kinds of stuff. I'm just very excited to exercise myself in 2021 when it comes to my organizing arm of my business. I have a whiteboard back here that's you can see in the corner if you're watching this. It's all about my business. And so I'm trying to survive. I know all of you out there too are trying to survive, and all my fellow organizers, I just appreciate you so much. You're doing God's work. You're going into homes and businesses and trying to help people. And during this time where it can be dangerous in certain places you live, in LA, it's horrible out here. So I know some folks have their own political views about it and feelings, but I know folks who have COVID, people in my life who died from COVID, and it's not pretty for me. For my views, it's not pretty. So for many of you organizers out there, you are risking your life to continue to do your job and to help others, and I'm here with you, and I commend you very much for that. Lastly, this is a short one. So lastly, I just want to say thank you. Just thank you so much for the support, the love. And I want to collaborate with you. Let's, as audience or as fellow organizers or people. If you're not organized, you want to talk about something productivity, come on the show. Let's talk about it. Send me an email, send me a message. Let's talk about it. You can follow me at James L. Jr. everywhere, of course. On TikTok, I have a series called How to Get Super Organized Under a Minute. On Facebook, the Super Organizer Show, the SOS Show with James L. Jr., or a Super Organizer. Twitter, the Super O, or the SOS _show. Not on IG yet. That's what I'm thinking about. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. And I think that's really it. JLJ Media is the online network, YouTube, and all audio streaming platforms from Spotify to iHeartRadio to Google, Apple, Deezer, everywhere. Like, subscribe, and comment. I love the comments. Tell me some comments. Tell me I'm full of it, or tell me you love me, or tell me you hate me, whatever. I'll take the comments. I like the interaction. But everyone, please stay safe out there. And I mean that physically, mentally. Try to do what you can to be careful. We are living in dangerous times, but also take care of yourselves and want to get organized. It's still important. Thank you.